I've interviewed a few extreme endurance athletes over the years and have learned a little about what they need to succeed. There's training the body, of course, but there's also training their minds. How will they motivate themselves to keep going when things get tough? For one North Bay athlete, the answer to that is easy, because he knows someone who has it pretty hard. You know that saying about when in Rome, doing what the people around you are doing? Well, when John Verdon moved to Marin County a few years ago...
So lots of people out on bikes, out on trails, and it was a big impetus for me to say, well, if we're living here, I should be taking advantage of that.
So John started out by biking, but then a friend asked for help pacing him on an ultramarathon, and John switched over to running to prepare.
I went to the race, paced him for about 26, 27 miles, and was like, I love this, like the sense of community within the running space, within the ultra community. And so as soon as I got home, signed up for my own 100K race.
And when that went well, John went looking for other, bigger challenges and found a huge one on the other side of the world. The Marathon des Sables, 6 days and 160 miles of pure punishment across the Sahara Desert. So much sand and so much heat that by about the third day, John was wondering if this time he had asked a bit too much of his body.
There were moments where, like, you're running out of water, you're tapping your energy reserves, and you're like, why am I doing this? Hey, dude, how are you doing?
Well, the answer to that question for John was clear.
Did you see any snakes?
It's Buddy.
Do you know what I didn't?
Buddy is John's 10-year-old nephew who has spent nearly half his short life battling osteosarcoma.
He has been through a number of different treatment cycles, went through a number of different chemo cycles originally, and then the decision was made to actually amputate his knee.
And so when things got really tough in his trek across the desert, John had only to think of how tough a journey Buddy has been on to know what real perseverance looks like.
The incredible resilience, both emotional, physical, and mental here, of how he lives his day-to-day life has been something that sticks like near and dear to my heart. And
John even used the marathon as part of a fundraiser for MIB Agents, a pediatric osteosarcoma nonprofit. The idea being that if John can conquer something like the Sahara Desert, maybe one day doctors can conquer diseases like Buddy's. It's all, he says, about being up for the challenge.
how do we get that out there and show to the world that anything is possible?
Amazing. Not only, I mean, just finishing. Yes. Just finishing.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And John doesn't have a long career ultramarathoning, but out of about 1,000 runners, he came in 40th.
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
And the first finisher of all the American
Oh my
entrants.
gosh.
I mean, he has something to run for, which is incredible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the mental part of that is so important
Yeah.
because there are
know.
going to be challenging times. He talked about like a 54-mile day in 130 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So taxing on your body to
Oh
be able
my
to get
gosh.
through that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
Great
wonderful.
job.
That's phenomenal.